And we'll start out with this weird gray screen here. Three, two, one.
Let's jam.
Hey, yeah, let's jam. Hey, folks.
Oh, hey.
I'm mysterious. I'm mysterious JG,
I'm
and
Bobo the Vulture.
I have a very special. So this is the first co-op project that Bobo the Vulture and I have done in like probably over a year, and it's a random episode of Death Stranding where I wasn't able to record synchronized commentary. So it's a post commentary with Bobo the Vulture as my special guest, and big treat for people who are fans of us working together, and it will only be known by the handful of people watching Death Stranding because I'm not going to advertise that we got together and did a random Death Stranding video.
Although you could probably
Um,
boost up the numbers for all the rest of the videos if you did that.
I suppose I could, yeah.
Nothing I
The,
love
the
more than
awesome drawing
post-apocalyptic
power,
post-commentary, though.
it's the awesome drawing power of Bobo the Vulture. It'd make a big difference here.
You get the Bobo bump,
Um,
baby.
the Bo Bump, the
Yes.
Bump Bo the Vulture. Um, So anyway, there'd be plenty of dead time with loading screens and whatnot for me to talk over what's happening. But
Yes. Oh, hey,
the
it's the, as far as I know, only girl in the game that you are not related to. But I
that's
am,
that's
I
my
think,
understanding.
approximately 30 some odd videos behind right now, I think. Like, I
Well,
picked
I
up the
mean,
series and I'm very excited about it, but I
there's a character called Mama that I think we meet before any of the others, but
Oh,
you
that's
just briefly
right.
see her as a hologram. Yeah,
Right. And we tell her to tell her children not to look our way.
we do that a lot.
I guess
So
you must have leveled
as I
up
was
some
doing,
because your tower of power here is getting even more ridiculous than
well,
ever.
I have to explain to people right now. This is actually the first video I did after a little bit of off screening where I just wasn't feeling well enough to record, but I wanted to play something to distract myself. So I've actually went through just mule territory, just knocking out mules and stealing cargo.
Yeah.
And although mild spoilers, and like the video after this, I kind of end up doing the same thing. And you see, the big reveal here is that I have a truck, which I did not have the last time the fans were watching because I went off screening and so it's like I'm just gonna like do random non-plot deliveries and try to build up affinity with these bases because I think there's good reason to do that. Like I think I get better equipment if I upgrade with these local bases. I'm in
Man,
a
so
different
this
part of the
is
story where these people that I'm trading with are not part of UCA, and I'm trying to convince them to join UCA. So you have to, you know, do little quests to get them to trust you. It's not really something that happened in the first section of the game. But
well,
in my off
yeah.
screening, I just like mules drove up to me in a truck, got out of the truck, and all attacked me. Luckily, they're still terrible, so you just punch them out, and they stole their truck. So now I
Honestly,
have a truck.
honestly, this is probably the best strategy, especially if you just put some flags on your truck. You just drive around, like all the guys at all the bases are gonna start going, UCA, UCA, UCA.
Think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Lex Express. I'm just gonna like do a bus tour around the country
Well, I
to
mean,
get people excited about my title shot against Yokozuna.
this whole game pretty much is about the life of being a part of Team Package.
Exactly. Yeah, no, we've been part of Team Package all along. So I think I'm explaining who Craftsman and this other guy are, and so at this point in the game, Bobo, because like you said, you're about 30 videos behind.
Yeah. I
I'm
am
now
noticing there's
in.
a thing or two in some giant craters, which I'm guessing are places where a lot of people died or something. And when I say a lot of
Yeah.
people die, I mean like before the crater got made. The people dying made the crater. That's my understanding of how the void outs
Well,
work.
so I think at this point I might be in Minnesota. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Um, the
Well, you're
geography of
near the
this game is
water, so I guess like
pretty
Lake
compacted.
Knot City is gonna be like Duluth or something.
I don't know, but this it's pretty compact geography. At this point, I'm explaining that in my off screening, I went into this. So there's the mule camp that we have encountered, which is a kind of small mule camp. Um, but
Miniature mules.
yeah, the tiny baby mules. But there's a bigger one that I found while going back and forth between these two. There's a couple of different, people I'm supposed to discover their bases and get them to join the UCA, and I found two of them. So I was trying to do courier runs back and forth between the two of them to build up affinity, but there's kind of a big mule base between them. And it
Mhm.
was going into that base where I got a truck,
Right.
which is pretty exciting. I know if Bronco was inclined to watch any series,
He would
it would be the one with the big truck.
he would be pointing at that and saying, "Big truck, big
Yeah,
truck."
pretty much. and probably
The,
be incredibly disappointed by all the scenes of me walking around with stuff on my back and not in a truck.
yes.
I don't think you would have much interest in any of that. But
Although I suppose if this is the only video that I'm ever gonna do potentially about this series, I should probably get it all out of the way now. I hope that when you're loading up your truck, you're putting your spurs on the farthest ahead of you in the tray. You're putting your raw case and filing your FSS in with your raw mail in the center, and then on your left. I like to flip my DPS address to address. A lot of people just take it out just straight without doing anything with it. But I find it saves me a little time to not finger the mail when I'm out there.
yeah, and I mean, you say all that, dude, but I mean, what do you call the mailman who lost his job as a mailman?
I don't know what is it?
Just some dude. No, you're not just some dude, but you're not a mailman anymore, as I
No,
understand it. So,
I have a different position now, but I mean, still, I gotta
so now
throw
you're
some of
like
this stuff out here.
the ex mailman is like criticizing the way other people.
Oh no,
Well, I guess
honestly, a lot of carriers will tell you that's entirely too much work to do in office. There's a big sort of split, especially between the city and rural crafts,
oh
about how
yeah,
much work that you do within the office versus what kind
it's
of
kind of a
street time you
schism within
have.
the mail carrier community.
Yeah, so like
There's a
it's the
lot of
difference
division over
between
that, yeah.
you know,
But
uh, yeah. Honestly, when I
but you
see
never got to. You didn't get to be in any of the new mail trucks that people like make fun of on social media for some reason that don't even exist yet. The
yes,
prototype mail trucks. Oh,
I didn't even
here's an
get to
actual thing
be
happening in
in.
the thing actually happening
Oh,
in game that I would have been
you're
explaining in my
throwing
live
your.
commentary.
Oh, this is a
I,
different thing that you're just throwing in front of
yeah,
that.
hold on.
Hey,
Here
Mama.
comes a mama.
Thank you kindly, Sam. I'll treasure it.
It
You
really
sound
doesn't
really
sound like you
sincere
treasure it
about
that
that.
much. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I'll
Um,
treasure this for the rest of my life. Thank you so much.
but memory chip data restored. So the other thing that happened off screen is I found a memory chip, and Die Hard Man immediately popped up to deliver this flat, uninterested monologue about how memory chips are super important and they contain clues about the past. They're
That one
basically
apparently had a
the
memory
hidden
chip of a
packages of the game.
Honda. Now you've got all this
But
loaded up, and I don't know exactly
hold on,
how.
let me explain the all important things. These chips are the hidden
Yeah.
packages of the game. If you collect all of them, you get like an Xbox/PlayStation achievement, and that's it. So I will not be going out of my way to find those things, but I didn't know that when I found this first one. I was like, oh, maybe like if I collect 10, I get like grenade launcher at my base. No, nothing like that.
I thought when you got
you just
that
get an
chip,
achievement.
especially because it said Honda something or another, like, well, first of all, this is
Hmm.
brand crossing over stuff, but maybe that's like, oh, it's a new type of vehicle that you can like fabricate 3D printer if you get enough materials or something. But no,
I'm
it's
afraid
nothing
not.
like that.
If you get 90 of them, you get a rhino will appear.
Like a
And if you
white
get
rhino.
100 of them, the hunter will appear at the military base. Which, for some reason, if you dress as a cop, you can go into the military base.
Yeah.
Vice City, folks.
Yes.
Oh, you probably don't
I
know this.
was for a
The
while.
PS4 version of Vice City, there's a couple of the songs from the soundtrack were removed. So I spent a lot of time waiting for Howl at the Moon to play, and it never did. And then finally somebody pointed out, yeah, that and all the Michael Jackson songs, they couldn't get the right to for the PS4 re-release. So they're just gone.
Yeah. Well, and I guess
Just very sad.
there's
Still an awesome soundtrack, but
yes. Of
I
course,
didn't get to
I
live
feel
a
like a
lunar
lot of
spell.
people probably like there's a lot to do with the estate and the overall legacy of Michael Jackson that is not
Yeah.
getting. Like for example, one of the Genesis games that I would love to see get a re-release because I kind of enjoyed it was Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. That will never happen.
I don't know. There's people who don't even want to like acknowledge that he was an insane pederast freak. They're just like,
Yeah,
no, it's all lies.
I just like
His
no,
music is
don't stop
good.
till you get
I
enough.
don't care about the rest. Yeah.
But yeah, what was I gonna say here? Oh yeah, no.
It's James Walter, man.
Speaking of being a cop going out, going on to the military base, one of the routes that I delivered to was to the local military base. I was there fairly frequently, and yeah, like you you would drive up. Typically, they'd recognize you if you've done it enough times. You drive up in the mail truck, you go over there, you get sniffed by the dogs. So that was a fun thing to do every day, and
Thank you from Dead President Mom.
dead
I
breath.
think that's
Yeah, no, that's dead President Mom. That's not your sister, unless your sister is like putting on old age makeup and glasses to fool the public. Which again, how
Good.
is that the line of succession for the president? I figured that like Die Hard Man was like her vice president or something. It would now become president.
I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on politically in this game.
Really?
A little bit. Well, one of the things I wanted to ask you, because you've watched the first few videos, I haven't gone back and rewatched them.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm talking and I'm making silly quips and missing story that I should be paying attention to. But you're the dead woman who was the president is your mom, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty much
No,
what was happening
she's
there.
President Mom, and
Yeah.
like her daughter is now the president, your sister, and you're going because
Uh-huh.
basically you have an obligation to your sister.
Because she's trapped in California by people
She's
who are letting her communicate with you,
she's
but won't
trapped,
let her
yeah.
leave.
Like basically she's trapped in, I don't know, Compton or something. I'm not exactly sure what's happening.
I think she's in the Hotel California. She can check out anytime she wants, but she can never leave.
I suppose that may be what's going on.
So we need to get some steely knives because I don't think shooting bolo guns at the beast will affect it. But I guess we know steely knives won't, so maybe bolo guns are the way to go.
Bolo guns are the way to go, though. Bolo the vulture.
Bolo the
Oh,
vulture.
also, now you have a hat that says Bridges on it, and you have some funky fresh
Mule.
shades,
I'm
which...
still got mule boots.
Yeah, still got the mule boots, though.
I still have my terrifying baby in a jar.
I mean, the baby's
Weird
not
game, Bobo.
terrifying
This is a
as much as
weird
just
game.
like creepy weird. Like I would like
It's
if the
creepy
baby
weird.
was,
No, I mean
if the baby was coming
a
after me, I wouldn't be like, oh shit, that baby's gonna kill me.
well, I mean, there's like a weird hallucination thing that has popped up more than once where the baby.
Yes.
I guess you'll see it for yourself eventually. It's like trying to headbutt its way out of the glass and get you, and then he wakes up and it's a nightmare he's having about the baby coming to murder him. So, yeah, that's a thing.
Well, because it's trying to get at what's his face, who is about to
Mads
engineer a
Mikkelsen.
small thermal exhaust port as an engineered in flaw so that the Death Star can't be destroyed.
My theory is that this guy is the biological father of BB.
The client is a
Hold on.
first-gen prepper. Old school.
Plot.
Been in and out of shelters since before.
He's
the
old
death
school.
stranding.
He likes to climb on the top rope and then jump off.
I thought you said Death Man or Dead Man wasn't a big part of the game at this point. Oh no, have I lost you? Yeah, I think I lost JG here.
Now, so yeah, guys, sorry, my computer exploded, but I put the pieces back together, and we should be able to cobble together something. Bobo's still with me.
Yeah, no, I'm still here, and we're about to get orders from Die Hard Man, which is German for the hard man.
And the funny thing is that it would be the feminine form of German is one of those languages with gendered nouns, so it would almost be like Lady Hardman. Not quite, but all right.
Lady
German
Hardman,
would
I think,
be-
is one of the exciting new characters for the upcoming season of Bridgerton.
I was about to talk about Das Mädchen and how that's like the girl is gender neutral. German's weird. Anyway, but no, I prefer the Bridgerton jokes. So yeah, we're gonna pick back up from Die Hard Man started to give us our orders and hope that my computer doesn't explode again. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is probably the game sounds probably way too loud though.
The client is a first-gen prepper. Old school. Been in and out of shelters since before the death stranding.
He likes to
Deliveries of
walk across the top rope and hit
fallen
your arm, but we already
behind,
talked about
and he's
that.
about to run
Well,
out.
we didn't in this recording.
There's just one case you
Also,
need to
I thought you
bring,
told me that
but
Dead
there are
Man was
multiple
not
packs
really a big part of the
inside.
game at this point.
Every dose counts. So
No,
you
Dead
must
Man's
handle it
not,
with
but Die
care.
Hard Man's all over the
While
place.
the client's
Well,
life
but
guess-
Dead Man is the master of old
He's
school.
probably having a rough
It's
time.
old school. It's true.
Don't keep him waiting.
Keep him waiting.
Yeah, and I did get into that. That's obviously an intentional reference. So
Yeah,
very
little
cute.
nods.
I don't know why like why is that a joke in Metal Gear? Just kept you waiting, huh? Kept you waiting to have Dave Hayter replaced as a voice actor, huh?
I honestly, like, the one time I specifically remember it, of course, is from the first
Ground
video
Zeroes.
of Metal Gear Solid Guns of the Patriots, the install video,
Oh,
in which the end of it did feature him saying, "Kept you waiting, huh?"
well,
Because,
that's fair because that's like an 800-hour install.
yes.
Well, I found out like I had a whole 30-minute video of me installing Metal Gear Red Glowing Crystal Head Zombies, whatever that game was called, and Survive.
Bonsai.
And you didn't, and finally I realized, oh, my internet connection sucks. That's part of the problem. So anyway, check it out. Here's my mule truck. Pretty
Yeah.
awesome, huh?
So I would suggest putting the packages for the first part of the route on the space next to you. If you're in an LLV, if you're in one of the city FFVs, you've got to put it toward the back rear doors because they have a
So
transmission
which
tunnel.
of these
You can't put
which of
anything
these
down there.
trucks is you're seeing the truck? Which one does it most resemble? Like
Actually, probably
stopping in and out of a truck because I don't know
Yes.
what buttons do what.
It probably most resembles the Postal 2-ton, which I also was certified to drive, which is more like a UPS truck. Go get him, Sam.
Well,
We'll be
somebody
rooting
said,
for you.
"Go get him, Sam. Give it the old college try." Thank you, Sam, for saving my life. For saving my life. Yeah,
That's
this is
true.
a
Now
great
you're
LP
driving
if
a
you
truck,
want to make.
so now you can just be rolling around going, "I'm on there, I'm on
I haven't
there."
been doing that. You're right. I have occasionally been saying things like, "Sam, you made the pants too long," but I haven't really been getting the full. I have a new
Now-
friend, and his name is Buffalo. Experience going.
Now there are jump seats back there.
just a minute ago. You said we were best friends. Now you're not interested in my future plans. I'm gonna go race cars in Ontario.
Okay, so I am also noticing that there are apparently like Super Saiyans powering up on either side of you on this road.
Okay.
Now you
Well,
get
here's
down
some
for the
friendly
truck here. I
quarters.
noticed there were guys walking by. Are you about to wave them down and see if they want some work?
No, I'm just basically going out there to give them likes. And they will occasionally offer you cargo, which is weird because they're supposed to be delivery men. They're like, "Hey, you want to deliver this package? I don't feel like it." But,
Especially if
that's the
like
thing.
you're encountering them like right outside of the city. You're just like, I don't feel like traveling to last like 50 yards. So
But
you
yeah,
do
this
have
is a
jump
thing
seats
that-
back there. Have you ever had passengers back there? And if so, have they ever complained that their patent papers are at a slight angle?
No, they have not. Well, I haven't had any passengers, but I'm sure if I did, they would be complaining about that. There's a whole thing you can look forward to where you have to save up like 8 billion tons of metal and ceramic in order to build roads.
Yeah,
which
I
then
am noticing
spontaneously
this is
crap
going on
out because.
Yes.
And here I'm going to accidentally run over a mule. Like I didn't mean to run over a mule. I did not notice there was a mule there. What can't you do? What can't you do in your ruthless disregard for human life? What can't you do?
Okay, so important question: did you kill that guy?
No, he has a little star. Like if I killed him, like serious deal. Hasn't happened in the LP yet. But I'm under the impression if you kill anyone, you do get a message from Dead Man telling you need to dispose of the body or there will be a void out.
Yeah.
I think you're far enough in the story to know about that. So it's actually a pretty big deal that I accidentally ran over this guy in this 2-ton truck, but the game still considers him alive.
You know, and I thought these guys were total jobbers from like your early encounters with them, but apparently just
They're pretty tough. I mean,
hardy.
they're easy to defeat, but very difficult to kill.
So you just forded a river there with ease. You
Well,
even
I
have
mean,
to
it's
cock the
not-
wagon to float across.
That wouldn't have gone well. Meanwhile, check it out. I built this power station. It's got 175 likes.
You built this power station? I
Yeah,
hear
this
that's
is
the
my
home of the
power
Dark
station.
One.
Yep, the Dark One's hanging out in there along with Malaria.
Yeah, your father are doomed.
And the daughter, too.
Online sign here.
What if those guard bots too fail? Oh, even more guard bots. No, so anyway, what's actually happening in the story now
Yes.
is what's happening. No, what's actually happening in the story now. The actually in there makes it unfair to turn that into it.
What's actually happening?
So what's actually happening? It's like the re-envisioning of what's happening. But
It's the millennials. What's happening? Where everybody just thinks they know and they put it all out.
So I've at this point, and I assume Minnesota is about 3 square miles, so I'm probably well into Montana anytime I go even slightly west. But I'm supposed to be reaching out and like finding these independent little settlements that each have one person in them, and bringing them into the UCA. And there was 3 default ones I could have started with, and I chose the easiest 2, or the ones that looked the least far away. And now I'm trying to go out and get the 3rd and final of the initial missions to unlock a new chunk of plot. And that's involving driving my truck in an area that's probably not really meant for trucks. And I don't know that you can roll this thing, but I have not so far. And I think
haven't
fairly
really
soon
tried
we'll
to
find
Mako it too much.
No. And somebody was actually kind of telling me in the comments before I got a truck, you'll eventually get a truck and it follows Mako physics, so that's going to suck. And I'm like, are you kidding? Mako's awesome. It's like impossible to roll. It has bizarre ability to stick to surfaces off of which it should clearly be falling. But I am going to reach a point here where it's like, no, this ain't going to work. I need to ditch the truck. He talks to himself more than he talks to other characters, which is weird. I did not build this power station, but it's more popular than my power station. It's got 326 legs.
And you're about to give it 326.
I'm about to give it one more. Yep.
This one's for you.
Oh, and you know what? Now I feel bad, because in my original recording where the sound didn't take, I read the username of that guy and was like, yeah, this one's for you. And then I actually read his username. It's like, you're my hero. And now, before people watching this Let's Play are going to know who you are.
Oh, Sergeant
totally
Recon 190.
Yes, Sergeant Recon 190. Thank you for catching that.
I'm upstairs at my fancy desktop computer, which has a 4K monitor, so I am able to read some of this tiny, some of this miniature
I can't read
text.
a damn thing, because I need to get new glasses, but I've been putting it off with COVID, and I'm watching on my TV on the other side of a room.
I literally was at the optometrist last week, got a new prescription, and I've been watching it downstairs on my living room television, and no, the text is just too damn small. Like, I got a 55-inch TV, I think. Maybe it's 50. But still, like, got a 50-inch 4K TV. Now, granted, I'm watching it through my pathetic netbook, which means I'm watching it at 720. But still, text.
No, it's not.
Too small. It's not that it's too poorly defined, it's that it is too small.
Stretch my legs.
And I think I'll do that by climbing a mountain. I don't know why I did my shepherd voice, because now I feel like I should be saying I'm Dunstan, and clearly we're not checking in here.
Yeah, no, you're just stretching.
So this is not going to work. I tried this for a while and then decided, no, this is not the way.
Yeah, this is
not the Creed of the Mandalorians here.
Yeah. This is the opposite end of the lazy river. You need to enter from the other side.
So it's like,
Also,
okay,
climbing
walking
up this
against the
steep
stream is too tough. I'm gonna climb a sheer cliff instead. Because he is preternatural. Like, as silly as some of the controls are, he is preternaturally good at climbing. If you just actually just keep pressing the climbing button and moving around, he's like a
since you're
freaking
still
Mako.
holding L and R, so he's barely using his hands. He appears to just be attempting to leap from football to football.
I think it might be the power skeleton that he's wearing, because he's got something, like, if you see, he's got like fancy shit around his legs now.
Wow, and you just managed to reach back in time to turn around to show me the power skeleton.
Yeah.
The power skeleton, of course, a thing that I first heard about when I saw the major news media coverage of the new Future Warrior prototypes.
For the new what?
The Future Warrior prototypes.
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
true
those guys
story.
that had the power skeletons that would be able to, help them lift, carry
Not a
things a
moment
great
too soon.
distance.
Now, pretty much this whole time we've been talking about the power skeleton, I was trying to find some place where I wouldn't slide so I could just sit for a moment, because
Oh,
this is a thing.
when you squatted
Is this
there, I
squatting?
thought you may have been about to relieve yourself in a way that was not going to get you some kind of grenade.
No, I would never
You'd never
poop
waste
when I'm
that
not going to get a
waste.
grenade out of it.
Up and at 'em.
Adamant. 20 seconds of rest, and I believe in my original commentary I was pointing out that in real life, 20 seconds of rest, not enough. In a video game, it's like, I've been standing here for 20 seconds watching my virtual avatar rest? What the hell?
Yeah, if you were resting
So
for
what do
20
you think-
minutes, or if you were resting for 20 seconds, you'd expect that they would give you some kind of mini game to be playing while you rest.
Right, exactly.
It's like I don't even have
So
like
what do you think-
Galaga on the loading screen.
What do you think of Sam Porter Bridges, his personality? Like, I know you're early in the LP, but have you become attached to him as a character?
You know,
The way he says nothing ever, except occasionally by himself, he'll say, "All right, keep walking."
he's kind of a walking eye roll.
He kind of is.
Just like everybody's telling us, like, you're the future, like the future of America, and therefore humanity depends on you. He's like, I guess I'll go.
Yeah, he kind of is. All right, now let's see here. This is where we did our test video, folks. We've been through this scene like 8 times.
Fragile
Let's see.
Express, good news, everyone.
You need to just climb up the side of a mountain to deliver drugs to a weird old man.
Wait, who?
Oh, he's called Elder. We'll be meeting him shortly. He's a very exciting
You
character.
should respect him in that case, I guess.
Delivering cargo.
We've been
Wow.
very disrespectful, man.
Much as I respect anyone in this game.
I've been expecting you. You are my lifeline.
Gonna call you on
I've
Who
only
Wants to Be a
managed to get
Millionaire.
this far thanks to porters, and you don't ask for anything in return. You have my gratitude.
Well, how about a Hickory Farms gift card?
Let's see how's the package.
Zip
Unzip those pants.
Wow, this is great.
low and to the left.
Excellent job. Thank you.
Oh my god, the Schwanzstücke. So we meet an old man. He thanks us, calls us his lifeline, examines our package. You think I got an S rating? What do you think?
Uh-huh.
I think I got, like, what is it, super or awesome? That's what
Awesome.
Okay, Pooper. That's awesome, King.
You're
T.
awesome.
Booker has no weakness.
Oh wow, you got lots of bright, colorful colors.
Yeah,
on
my,
your,
my
star
star
now.
has really gotten pretty starry.
Although you have
And I'm the
one arm
transporter
of
now.
the star that just apparently just has never grown.
So
Yeah.
you're here on behalf of Fragile Express.
Fragile.
Please tell me you put the terrorists behind
Oh no, I'm still down with terrorists.
When Fragile, the daughter of the founder, started associating with other couriers, things started getting scary around
She should have
here.
saved herself from me.
Rumors say that she caused the explosion at Middle Knot City, and there's a part of me that believes it.
My left
Of
earlobe.
course, she could be just another one of their victims.
As Taz
She-
foretold.
She was killed in the explosion after all, wasn't she?
I don't mind a contract with Bridges, but I'm not going to join the UCA.
I didn't even know that was a
Go ahead
thing.
if you're fine with that.
If you're fine with me joining the Federation but not Starfleet or whatever the fuck that means.
Maybe you already heard it from Fragile,
Huh.
but preppers who don't want to be a part of the UCA can still sign a contract with Bridges to join the network.
Essentially, all these proper
They get
nouns
to
are
use our
meaningless.
delivery services and other basic Cairo network infrastructure, much like our full members. Similarly, you'll be able to use their Cairo printing facilities to replenish your supplies.
But since they're not full members, they
are
don't get the
not,
service
however,
contract.
obligated to exchange data with us. So don't expect them to share intel or help with the development of new tech.
In other words, they're
In
not.
an ideal world,
gonna give
everyone
you
would be a
cool
part
shit
of the
for leveling
UCA,
them
of
up.
course. But failing that, we want everyone to at least be a part of the network. They can always change their minds after the fact. The
It's
Cupid
not
will
like we're the
interface
Borg,
differently with
slowly
the
turning them
terminal
into
depending on
copies
the
of
type
us.
contract. So connect your
By the
Cupid
way,
to
have you
confirm.
received your shiny skull mask yet?
basically, Bridges is like Disney. It's slowly acquiring all culture and homogenizing the entire world, and it's very much American based, so it makes sense.
So I guess the difference here is like the difference between territories and provinces or something.
Oh, this is America. We don't have no provinces. This
Oh, quick question too before things go too far. Or oh no, I think we may have gotten disconnected again. Wouldn't that be a thing? Yeah, I think we just got disconnected again. Gonna send a text to old JG. So what you're gonna have to do is access the control panel and okay, well that's all right. Stop recording.
some making things better. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so I don't know how I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing, considering that my computer's crashed twice while trying to get through a video, and I'm now cobbling it together from a minimum 3 parts. But we're back staring at the massive shoulder pads of Sam Porter Bridges.
I didn't realize this was the 80s.
Apparently it is. I think the 2080s. So, Die Hard Man explained at great length that this guy's joining Yuka but not Bridges, or possibly Bridges but not Yuka. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Either way, this guy doesn't get the service contract.
Yes.
Excuse me. My understanding is leveling him up doesn't do anything for us, because there's some people, as you level up, they give you like, that's why I have a bolo gun. One of those guys that went out and joined Yuka gave me a bolo gun, and then when I leveled him up to like 3 stars, he gave me level 2 bolo gun, which has higher ammo capacity. So like you get something out of getting more deliveries to them. This guy just seems like he just isn't going to be our friend. Other than the fact that he's got incredible gratitude towards us because he owes us his life, but he's still not going to give us like cool treasure. I guess.
Now,
I will.
Just in case you end up using the video that I recorded, I think after you got disconnected, I was in the process of saying, "Oh, I do have one big question about the game. I want to remember to ask," and it was, so I know that, as you say, there's like different stuff that like sometimes you miss. And I probably missed the explanation for this. But BBs, those are bottle babies, right? That's what BB is for, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit play, but we'll talk about bottle babies. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right, because he's still got
I was still paused on his. He's got all this nonsense to go through. Yeah, so BBs are bottle babies. I don't understand.
Wow,
that,
this is loud.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
THX.
You have to manually turn it down.
The audience is listening. So BBs are bottle babies. So are BTs bottle teens? I didn't get what BTs are.
BTs are beached something. So I don't remember what BT stands for, but I know what BTs are. BTs are souls that are trapped between life and death, that are on, which is what the beach is, I think. And they're trying to get back. And they're trying to like grab onto people who are alive. And
Elder, I think you need to wear like a higher collar or something when you're taking this kind of picture. Because
Elder's like, hey, I don't have a contract with Bridges. Bridges requires you to wear a shirt. I don't have a contract with them.
Guess so.
I can't make you do shit. I'm grateful to you for saving my life, but I'm not going to dress up.
Yeah, look, I don't really like all the rules that Bridges has, including no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Bridges wants me to wear a mask before I come in their store. That's not America, I know.
Oh man,
I'm not sure what I was talking about here in my.
I guess the other thing, like the rest of society, Because like you're only ever seeing holograms of one person when you walk up to any of these
Yes.
things. Like, is there a
And then I kind of
world
grumble at
going
them.
on underground? Is
Well, I mean,
is that where people
we
are
go
supposed to be?
underground in order to drink Monster Energy drink and pee out grenades. So presumably other people are underground doing stuff.
Yeah, so just
But no, I
people are
don't think
not
there's like.
living on the Earth's surface. It's just like,
I think so. Yeah.
The company just got too big.
but your
In
package.
times like
That's
these,
just
we
right.
should all keep it close and tight.
Ooh.
That goes for couriers.
So she
too.
got too big. He likes it close and
Otherwise,
tight,
we'll
huh?
just make the same mistakes. Republics, federations, coalitions, states, connecting all kinds of people together. It's just asking for trouble.
We gotta make
He
America.
watched the
great.
Human Centipede and took it too
It's
literally.
been a while since I last talked to anyone. Travel safe.
Well, I
See you
do
around,
appreciate that as he gives you his crazy, like, isolationist bullshit, and then he realizes at the end, oh, this guy just delivered medicine that saved my life. I guess I should probably be like, sorry. I'm kind of
Also,
sweet.
he recognizes it's been a while since he talked to somebody. It's been a while.
So I can take on standard orders. I think at this point I'm just seeing, is there anything I can deliver on my way back to the main plot? Because if so, I will do so and get a few extra. Like, I'm not, this guy, I think I've gotten everything I'm going to get out of that guy. But the guy who's directly on a path back to where I need to go is honestly the guy that I need to level up, bitches. So I believe I'm going to grab both of these missions.
And how far are you
that'll be
from your
exciting.
truck now?
Well, I mean, you watched me climb a mountain. I'm going to have to climb back down the mountain, but it's not
I didn't know whether or
far
not you could take like a shortcut through, or whether or not like trucks are the kinds of things that will like despawn like a
I was worried about that at
raiders are gonna
first, and
come steal them.
that's something I explained. Raiders of the Lost Ark. We'll have like, even if they don't steal it, they'll try to siphon off the precious juice.
Well, I figure like maybe you'll go back and there'll be a post with a big like on it. They're just like, thanks for the truck, buddy. Oh, Crimenetti. He's not moving around. He's not moving around, so I guess that's another swing and a miss here. I need to try and remember to say amusing things during these freezing moments in case that becomes a big thing here. Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Yeah. Gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Brrr. And when of course, I say I need to say amusing things, and then I start just singing. I don't think they're gonna get. I don't think JG's gonna get a copyright strike from me singing. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, there goes the stream entirely. So yeah, let's. Okay.
All right, guys. So this is like the third or fourth time that my PC has crashed. It's really not that happy with what we're trying to do here. But there's 2 minutes left and it's all menuing. So in the next video,
Although it
I
sounds
will
like
get
you're
back
gonna
to
have
my
to
truck.
adjust the video or the audio again if
Yeah, that's true.
it's
But in the next video, I will get back to the truck, which the menu is now steering at, and I'm thinking about, okay, I picked up orders for different people. I can drop something with engineer on my way back to South Knot City, which I guess is Duluth. I don't know. But yeah. So whenever this video cuts off, guys, it cuts off because this thing has been crashing a lot. But
yeah. I think I mentioned in case it doesn't get picked up for it because I don't know which set of videos you're going to use, but. I was suggesting that you might go back to where your truck was, and there'd just be like a post with a like there that says like, "Hey, thanks for the truck, buddy."
yeah,
And
and what I was starting to explain before it crashed was that I was a little worried about that. I got the truck off screen and wasn't sure it would be here when I loaded the game again because I took it to base. There was a vehicle that you didn't really get to see me use. It pops up in videos earlier than this one, but later than where you've got, where I have another vehicle in the first part of the game. And like you can save it in a garage, and it's like part of the menuing when you're in a base. But this truck, I drove it into the base, and it wouldn't react to it. It was like a mule truck, so it was like, okay, we can't. Like for some reason, it's not stored in a garage. But then when I loaded the game, like stayed away from the game for a couple of days and loaded it, it's still sitting there in the base. It's just not. The base doesn't want to like accept it as a truck. And there's even like Bridges trucks that are parked outside the base that you can't use. And I'm like, why can't I use them? No one else is doing anything for Bridges. They've got like 2 trucks that are locked. So I just parked it right next to the video just ended. I just parked it right next to those in the hopes that it would save it. Because I actually got 2 trucks. I drove 2 trucks back to the base. It only kept one of them. And it was not the one that I parked on the base in a parking lot. It was the one that I parked like right next to my private room. So anyway, that's it for the video.
Did you do any customization on them? Like, I wasn't paying attention, but do you have any nuts on your truck? Or
No truck nuts. I mean, in a later video, I can do stupid customizations. I built the power station where the Dark One resides, and I can make it have hologram of like giant goofy astronaut with a skull face, or I can make it play songs and do other things that would make it irritating to other people and less likely to be used, I suppose. But I have not found that I can do that with the vehicles yet. I'm sure you can, once you get one that is a Bridges vehicle that the plot thinks you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of it for this video. When we come back next time, it'll just be me. No exciting extra Bobo action. But I mean, while you're here, did you want to describe how this is up to you? How
yeah, you were asking me earlier
Graveyard
about
Golf is actually turns out to be a training program to help you be a better father.
Well, that seems like the perfect thing to share in an Animal Crossing video. And
Oh, okay.
maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll do it in both places. Doesn't especially matter, but yeah.
Oh no, this could be a big hook, guys. Go check out Animal Crossing and find out how.
Oh, there you go.
Graveyard Golf is actually not really about golf, not even really about graveyards. It's actually meant to train you to be a better parent. Just as this game is meant to train you to be incredibly patient about walking back and forth and grumbling. But anyway, I want to thank Brother Bobo for helping me get this. This video has now taken 30 minutes to record the initial video and setting up OBS. This episode of Death Stranding has now taken about 2 hours or more.
I was gonna say I could go back in our text history and see where we.
But
call you in.
It's interesting because I had a lot of fun, and although I don't know that this is the PC with the stability to do this going forward, I might be able to set up OBS on a different machine and do something similar in the future. But for sure, as far as the actual Death Stranding LP content, we drove up to a mountain, we climbed it, we met an old guy who decided that he wanted to join Bridges but not Yuka, or Yuka and not Bridges. Die Hard Man kind of explained that. Now we have to drive back to where we started. It was just one half of a chore. That's what this game is.
But that's an incredibly eventful video for Death Stranding.
It kind of is. Now, I was making fun, but as you say that, yes, there are definitely videos in Death Stranding where less happens. It is a weird game world with spooky elements and a lot of walking.
It's an interesting kind of world. I will also quick pitch a video title in case it hasn't come up yet. But if you ever have a big, monster boss fight or something, you could name a video "The Beast of Yucca Flats."
Oh wow, there has been a boss fight, and I don't think I used that name. But there's probably a boss fight yet to come.
There'll be another one, I'm sure.
Or if any kind of video where there's like if a tire explodes on a vehicle, it could be called "Blowout at Yucca Flats." But
there you go.
Anyway, I think I'm going to sign off because it's tempting fate to do anything with this computer. But when I come back next time, it'll just be boring old JG on his lonesome. But who knows what the future may hold for JG and Bobo co-op. Anything is possible. And many things are not going to happen either. So you don't know what you're going to
Right.
get. It might be nothing. And it might not be nothing. Anyway, a lot of fun hanging out with you again, Bobo. It's been too long.
Yeah.
One of these days we have to get together and do something that isn't post-commentary on Death Stranding.
I enjoyed this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, for the internet, catch you guys next time as I drive back to what may be Duluth. And Bobo, I'm looking forward to your feelings on a character we have yet to meet that I've decided I hate more than anything, who I've named Johnny Wind. Although I believe his actual name is Jake Wind, which is just as stupid. But you have that to look forward to, and I'll see you out the rest of you guys next time.
What?
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.